Michael Myers has some unfinished business to take care of in Halloween Ends. Let's talk about it.
Lock your doors, bolt your windows, and turn off the lights. Make sure the kids are safe at home, cause you're headed to the Night Watch Zone.
Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, and today we're going to be talking about some thoughts and some other theories about how we think Halloween Ends is going to end. And for me, there's been a couple of things that have come to my mind, but I've also listened to so many of the comments that you guys have left for me, and also people that have joined me in live streams, whether it be on my channel or on other channels, and so forth and so forth. So here's the thing. We're really excited about the way this movie is going to go. And there's a lot of reasons for that, because at the end of the day, we don't know 100%. We've heard rumors. Some people have said that they've heard certain things or they have inside sources and so forth. For me personally, I'm going to know 100% when I go to the theater to see this. But here's the thing I've been putting together, and it's kind of a follow-up to my last video, which, by the way, if you have not seen that video, please check it out. My thought is that at the end of this movie, Michael Myers is going to be the last person standing. He may not kill everyone, although I do think he'll kill pretty much everyone that's left, but he's going to be the last person standing. Evil is going to win. You know, the new phrase they're going to use is evil wins tonight.
Evil
wins
tonight! No! 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 No!
I'm just joking. But seriously, though, I think that at the end of the movie, you're going to have the main characters, Hawkins and Laurie and Lindsay and also Allison. They're going to be either dead or they're going to be dead. They're going to be dead. I'm not going to lie. Lindsay might not. Lindsay might actually, be just taken off the board, maybe gets injured really bad, taken to a hospital. I don't know. But the point of it is that Michael Myers will be the last person standing. Now, here's the other thing that some people have talked about, and some of my own thoughts, is what the ending would be like. We know how the ending of 78 was, where, Loomis looks down on the ground and Michael is gone. And all we see are images of the places that he had been. We hear the breathing, and it comes upon the house, the Myers house. Now, as far as we know, in Halloween Ends, the Myers house is going to be bulldozed. That's what we've been hearing. So, what's going to happen? Well, I'll tell you what I think is going to happen. When Michael Myers is the last person standing, I have this feeling that he's going to leave Haddonfield. In other words, this whole idea of the boogeyman, this myth, this legend, this thing that had been haunting this town, we saw how the town responded to that in Halloween Kills. It infected them. It was like an evil. I personally think when he walks off, he's the last person standing. He's going to walk off, and it's going to show him leaving Haddonfield. It could be that scene, the pictures that we've seen where it actually showed the sign. That could be at the end of the movie. Just speculation. I've heard a couple other people mention that too. But here's the other thing. Before we leave, will we get something that's, kind of like winks and nods, or maybe some way that it wraps up the story even more? Personally speaking, this is what I would think he would do at the end before he would leave Haddonfield, if that's the way it goes. We've seen what he did in Halloween 78. We also saw where he went to in 2018 when he went to the cemetery. Who was he looking to see? Judith, right? What if at the end of the movie, before he leaves, or before the film fades to black, or whatever, there's a lot of different ways it could go. But imagine this. Michael Myers is walking into the cemetery, into the graveyard. There's the wind blowing, a faint little howl or what have you. And all of a sudden, you see that tombstone that says Judith Myers. And it's almost like it comes to full circle. She was the first victim, And obviously all these years he's haunted this town. He's totally destroyed this town, and then he just walks off, and that's how the movie would end. I think it would be I think it would be a great way to end the movie. It'd be a great way to end this timeline, and all the loose ends are tied up because, again, evil cannot be defeated. The boogeyman can't die. You cannot kill the boogeyman. So this would be like a perfect way for this thing to end. I really think it'd be a perfect way. I've heard some people say that, well, he won't die because of the fact that it's going to be something that's surprising to us. I've heard some people say, well, it's very similar to the way that H2O ended and the things that they did in that. But the difference is that in H2O, Laurie lived, her son lived, her son's girlfriend lived. So it actually was a good ending in the sense that, the heroes won. And I know they reversed that in Resurrection, but the point is, this would be different because everyone is dead except for him. Everyone is off the board. He wins. It's understood that you can't kill evil. You cannot kill the boogeyman. So I think it's a lot different in that sense. Whether or not it happens, I don't know. But one thing's for sure, if it ends like that, with everyone dying or being killed by Michael, either way, and he wins and he just walks off, into an unknown future, or like I was thinking, walking out, leaving Haddonfield, going into another town, an unsuspecting town, or what have you. I think that would be a gut punch to the fans. I think that'd be a gut punch to the viewers, and it falls in line with what Jamie Lee Curtis was saying, is that the ending is going to upset people. The ending is going to spark questioning. The ending is going to make people have questions. Well, that would be a lot of questions, because the questions would be, well, what is he going to do? Where is he going? How, why? And they won't answer the question of what drives him. They won't answer the question of the evil inside of him. They might give a little bit of information, because I think in Halloween Kills they started to kind of talk about how the fear is what is the fuel, to his legend, to his myth. So I think they might do surface explanation like that, just a little bit, just to kind of give us something in the story. But I don't think they're going to go into any deep explanation like they did in The Curse of Michael Myers. I think this is totally going to be Michael is coming for them. He's stalking them, and he's going to kill them. I don't think it's going to be something where, I think it's going to be something that is going to be more reminiscent of 78 Halloween. Now, the other thing too, and I mentioned this in my last video, we have heard that there's going to be other forces involved, other entities and so forth, other problems and so forth. So that might be something where you've got a storyline where maybe someone does believe, in the boogeyman, and wants to have some type of control or something like that. I could see something like that, but ultimately Michael's going to be doing his thing, and it's going to be much more reminiscent of 78. It won't have a lot of bombastic, 5 people, 10 people against Michael Myers and this and that, like they did in Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills was Michael's movie. Halloween Kills was Haddonfield's movie, to show the effects of the boogeyman on a town, the mob mentality, vigilante mentality that they were infected by, and ultimately what destroyed them. This whole mob mentality, it destroyed Karen, it destroyed Sheriff Brackett, it destroyed Marion, it destroyed so many people in Haddonfield. And I think at the end of the movie, Laurie finally starts to realize that, and that's why in this new movie, I think she's going to be a lot different, and she's going to try to approach Michael differently. But we'll see. A lot of this, again, is speculation. I'm really hyped up about it because of all the possibilities. They could go into so many directions. But I wanted to take a few minutes just to kind of address the ending, because I know some people had some ideas, and also some people asked me, well, what do you think is going to happen at the very end if he's the last person standing? I honestly think it's going to be something that's very simple, like him walking off into the darkness, or them showing him leaving Haddonfield. I really do think that it would be cool, and I think it's very possible that we do get a scene where there's some type of acknowledgement to the beginning, which of course was Judith. Maybe there could be some type of acknowledgement to Loomis. Maybe he actually will visit Loomis's grave. I don't know. Anything is possible. We do know that Michael is smart. Like, he's not, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Jason, and I love so many of the other iconic horror villains, but Michael has a certain cunning to him, and we've seen that throughout the movies. So it would not surprise me if he would do any of those things. Because if his house is gone, the only other links that he has is like his sister's grave. It could be Loomis's grave, but I really do think it'll be something with Judith. Just like in House 78, he went and got the headstone. He actually decorated the headstone on the bed with Annie lying there. And like we saw in 2018, he went to the grave. He was going to visit his sister's grave. And if the podcasters weren't there, who knows what he would have done? I think he was going there at least to visit or whatever. So the seeds have been planted, and that's what I think is going to happen at the end of this movie. It would not surprise me one bit. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. Is there a chance that at the end of Halloween Ends, if Michael Myers is the last person standing, could he actually just leave Haddonfield? That's the way that they end this timeline, is that this evil, the boogeyman, is unleashed upon the world. Do you think there's a possibility that he would visit Judith's grave or even Loomis's grave? I just think there would be something that they would do to kind of allude to the last bit of ties he has to Haddonfield, especially if Laurie is dead. And I really do think Laurie's going to die. When you hear the ideas that this is going to be surprising and that people are going to be questioning it, I just don't think Laurie is going to survive. I'm not saying that's necessarily the way I want it to end. I am a fan of Laurie Strode, but just putting these pieces of the puzzle together, man, it's like really making me think that way. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let's start a discussion. Some of you guys that have left me some comments with some ideas and thoughts, definitely appreciate it, and we'll talk some more about these things as time goes on. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please give the video a like if you haven't already. It would help support the channel, and I'd appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to the Night Watch Zone, what are you doing? This is the time to do it, and we are literally just a couple months away from Halloween Ends. So anyways, check out the channel for Halloween Ends content and so much more, usually focused on horror, but other movies too. So anyways, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace.